Good morning. Welcome to IMTS. Welcome to EMAG. Thanks for joining us here today to learn about EMAG's business and the machines that we're providing to our customers, supporting the technologies which help our customers gain a competitive marketplace advantage. Please let me introduce our President and CEO, Peter Loetzner. He's responsible for running our business operations here in North America. After the presentation, I'll be available as well as our technical sales managers to discuss any of the technologies. Peter.
All right, thank you. Yeah, welcome at EMAG and to IMTS 2016. See many familiar faces here, so I'm happy to see you guys back. I'm gonna present a few new innovations and technologies that EMAG has developed over the past years. We have grown a lot. Many of you know us as a turning company, and we invented the vertical pickup, the inverted vertical pickup machine. But today we matured much more in a multi-technology company. And I want to draw your attention maybe up to this display on your left, where we started out many years ago being a turning machine manufacturer. And since then we have acquired a lot of knowledge and a lot of technologies. 8 of them you see up here, including milling, grinding, gear hobbing, heat shrink assembly, ECM technologies, laser welding, and induction hardening. So today we are much more a process-driven company that has a large toolbox of technologies available for our customers to make their product. So EMAG has changed over the years, and I'm gonna run you through a few numbers and also show you what is new in order to see where we are heading. So the EMAG Group today has about $650 million in revenue. Our export, looking at it from a German view, Germany, we are a German company, family owned. Almost 60% of our business is exported in other countries. So from being a traditional German machine tool manufacturer, again, we matured a lot, and more than half of our business is now driven by export. Our workforce has grown significantly. Over 2,500 people are working today at EMAG worldwide, and of them we have about 150 apprentices. The German apprentices model, you guys know, is very important. This keeps the competitive edge in Germany, okay? The high-tech technology machines that are being built in Germany stem of these resources that we generate ourselves. So we invest a lot of money into these young people, so we have technicians that can build these machines that you can purchase today. We have about 4 years ago mirrored this program in the United States. So today in Farmington Hills near Detroit, we have 6 apprentices. We collaborate with a local college, and they are being trained in a 4-year program. They get a college degree, and we support them with the technical training in order to be able to live up to the expectation that we have here ourselves in North America and support this high-tech machines. You can look this program up. It is sponsored also by the state of Michigan. Our Governor Schneider is involved. People that have been in Detroit know our program, and when you happen to come in our area, stop by. It's an impressive setup, and we are very proud of being able to support ourselves now locally with this program. The 8 technology that you see up there are supported by 6 technology companies. We operate out of several locations, so we keep our focus. And those companies are represented in the world by 25 market companies. And these 25 market companies are throughout the globe. We are represented in all major countries and also emerging markets. That requires technology support, requires manufacturing. The markets itself, we split our market traditionally in the automotive and the non-automotive area. And you see here on this picture that in a traditional automotive environment, we have solutions for the engine, for the transmission, chassis, and we call it safety and comfort, which is everything around your car in regards of suspension systems and drive control system. In the non-automotive market, we have been historically very strong as well. Many people know us as, you know, a turning machine builder, but we have really hard diversified over the years and have now real stronghold in the energy market, in the agriculture market, and in the earth-moving business. So typical companies like Boeing, the oil field industry, GE, John Deere, Caterpillar. This is a major stronghold for us as well. As you guys know, the automotive business has its ups and downs, and it's very important for a company like us to be diversified to really compensate for these swings. Want to address a couple innovations that you may or may not be aware of. One of it, you know, is the smaller compact cars. We see more and more compact, more gas efficient cars on the streets today. In order to do this, certain measures have to be taken. Most of it is weight reduction, weight reduction in the whole car as well as in the engine. And a good example, I picked one, is the camshaft. The camshaft is a very important piece in your car, almost as important as the crankshaft. But the camshaft does a lot to your fuel consumption, does a lot to your weight, because it has to be accelerated by the crankshaft as well. So the crankshaft is not only firing your engine and moves your transmission. There are other parts in the engine that need to be moved by the crankshaft that take energy out. And the camshaft is one of these that have been reinvented over the last few years. And so we reinvented some of the processes in order to make this new part. And we came up with a synchronous support grinding process that is indeed over 70% faster than a traditional grinding process. We develop heat shrink technologies where you can now fit a lobe to a shaft. You don't need a forged or cast shaft anymore where you have to do a lot of machining. You take a precision tube, you shrink the lobes on it, and here's your assembled camshaft with a huge weight reduction by, as you can see on my slide, 50%. And also a big step in weight reduction is to eliminate traditional bolted assemblies. A lot of pieces are bolted together in a car, and specifically on the rotating component that always had a cumbersome influence to the weight, because you put bolts in and you have to look at a lot of extra stock in order to have a bolt connection. We today have developed several different laser welding processes and help the industry re-engineer their parts so they can take weight out of their drive systems and apply laser welding rather than bolting components together. The next trend is, of course, air travel. Most of you came probably with an airplane to Chicago, and most of you probably saw a very airport wherever you left, a very busy airport wherever you left, and very busy when you arrived. Air travel has grown tremendously. Airplanes are not getting smaller like cars, airplanes are getting bigger, but the airplane industry is also under profit pressure like every other company. So they don't want to build bigger airplanes and throw more engines on it and, you know, consume more energy. No, they want to have bigger airplanes at least that need less energy. Companies like GE and Rolls-Royce stepped up to the plate and developed new engines, smaller engines, more compact engines that consume less energy. That has a price, which is the increased power that you have to get out of the smaller engines, and subsequently the heat development. It has been increasingly tremendously, so they were running out of materials, and the best material right now in the industry that can be used and handle those high temperatures are nickel alloys. These nickel alloys, however, are extremely hard to machine. Okay, you can put a milling cutter on a nickel alloy plate, and after 12 seconds of cutting time, you change your cutter. So it turned out they needed something new in order to make these precision parts. And we helped the industry and developed an ECM process, electrochemical process, that forms these unique geometries with actually no tool wear. So here you're going from a cutter that lasts 11 seconds to a cathode that technically lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever, we know that. But the ECM technology has tremendously propelled these industry forward in those high-tech engines. And I have a display around the corner here. When you walk out later, it's a slow turning bliss, so you get an idea what I'm talking about. They come in different sizes. Subsequently, if you look at an engine, the blisk eventually is so big that you can't put it in the machine. So there are designs where we form a segment. They are 45-degree segment, 90-degree segments. If it gets too big, we just make the plate, the blisk plate itself. And it's a very impressive product. We have a couple videos you can look at. So I encourage you here to talk to the technicians, the sales people that we have here. They are more than happy to show you this unique development. Next trend is oil exploration. Couple events happened. As you guys know, we had this blowout in the Gulf of Mexico 3 or 4 years ago. Fracking has helped drive the price of gas down, and you know who is not enjoying the low gas prices compared to 3 years ago. So oil exploration is still developing further and further. You all know about the competition in pricing, but the market has not softened much. New regulations have driven more quality control into drilling and pumping oil out of the ground. And for those that are not really familiar with this market, there are three products. There is first the drill pipe, and then you have the casing, and then you have the tubing. So the pipe generates your hole, the casing keeps the walls from collapsing, and then you have the tube pumps out the oil, and that's where the technology is. The blowout that we had in the Gulf of Mexico was a failed tool joint. So subsequently, people have new ideas in how to make a better thread, a better connections. And same like in the airline industry, it becomes more complex, more difficult. And we stepped up to the plate with a machine and a process that allows them to make these difficult threads and make them fast. So a single cut threader, like I'm writing here, the single pass threader is a very unique system that you cannot just make up yourself. You need a machine that does that for you. And it is a development that we drove for many years. And the majority of the premium threads in the world actually are now coming off EMAG machines. They are, because you can imagine those pipes are 45, 50 feet long. We can't do this vertical anymore. It gets a little high and difficult to load. So this is a horizontal process, but also a trademark for EMAG to be present in that market. I want to talk about a couple new products that you have not seen yet, and you're not seeing at the show because they're very new. So you're going to be the first people writing about it. If you look around, we have a lot of single spindle machines. So it's a single purpose machine with a single spindle. And if you know us, we were present with several sizes. We have a size 2, a size 4, a size 6, and a size 8. A size 8, for example, is a 400 millimeter machine, and the size 2 is a 100. It's like a 4-inch chucker. in local terms. We have now developed and brought to market a duo version. The duo version is a machine that now has 2 work areas, has 6 spindles, 6 axes. It has the option even to go to an 8-axis machine, and it combines now a process that in the past was split in 2 machines and subsequently needed more floor space. The customers are coming to us. We need more output. We need to make more parts. We can't invest in a new building. Can you give me a machine that fits a smaller footprint? So subsequently, we went back to the drafting board and developed a new machine. This is not just 2 machines moved together. This is really a new development of a machine that supports 2 spindles independent from each other. So you don't get confused with twin spindle machines. These are 2 independent machines that can make 2 different parts if that's what you want to do. But typically it's used in a 10-20 environment. You see the space saving I was talking about. Traditionally, we would put 2 machines together. We would automate them with the so-called track motion system. We attach a stacker to it, and you need about 260 square feet in order to make this little production center run. Now we are going back and put this all together, and now we need only 180 square foot to make the same production. And we think this will go very far with the customers. The machines are available to the market already. We didn't bring them to North America though. A little picture how the machine operates. You see on the left side the typical stacker for any round parts, and you can see the 2 work areas, the axis configurations, the 2 turrets. So it's a different. If you look in details, historically we have our turret on the right, for example. Here we put the turret on the left and the right, so you really have a 10-20 setup where the part does not have to change its orientation in order to be finished. Little top view, again the compact design. You see the stacker on the left. You see the track motion system in the back that loads both work areas, and spindle setup. The electrical container is conveniently located to the back. You see this on many of our machines, that you can work on the machine from both sides, the electrical side and the mechanical. The hydraulics are easy to be accessed without open a lot of extra doors. Another new product we are very proud of is our PMD2, which is a crankshaft grinder. We have been silent for a while in the crankshaft processing industry, I would say. We took our time and developed a new machine that has multiple facets to be used. It's I'll go to the next picture. It is a multi-wheel grinder where you have multiple options to grind your crankshaft depending on the cylinder count, right? We have 3 cylinder cars already, 4, 6, 8, and you need them. You do not want to have in your toolbox 4 different designed machines. You want one machine that does all those parts, and this is one of these development. It can manage crankshaft up to 770 millimeter, 700 millimeter. Has a lot of control features in it that you would otherwise not have. For example, we have an in-process OD measurement system. We also do in-process roundness, you know, and many might think, okay, I'm gonna put a jump gauge on it and I measure. You can do that, of course, but you only get so much, and it always coincides with the minimal run out that you have in your machine. We compensate for this, and because we're able to compensate for the machine run out internally, we also can measure roundness, which is unique for the industry. Hydrostatic guide race it's something, there are different designs out there. I think our design again is very unique in order to compensate the wheel positioning. So the wheel travels on hydrostatic guideways that first give great positioning, repeatability, but also damping. So you have a small oil film that your grinding spindle rides on, and that helps for improved service finish. I show you a couple configurations of this machine, which makes it unique. And I do think, Amanda, there is a handout later for you, so you can look this up. But you see the wheel configuration. We can do a traditional main and pin grind on a single wheel. We can do main and pin with a double wheel, or we put a B-axis into this machine, and now we have multiple wheels with multiple wheel sizes. Now we can not only do a perpendicular grind, we can also do grinds on an angle, specifically when you get in flange and post grinding, to get in these corners without hitting the crankshaft cheek, you need to be on an angle. This machine is programmable, so your B-axis is not only like a wheel changer, you can really position these axes in the traditional angles that are known to the industry. You know, we are writing here about 154 and 30 degree or minus 15. That is something that is typically used in industry, but this machine is programmable to any position and any angle you want to apply. And this, to make this happen, of course, you have to develop a good HMI system. And many crankshaft grinding companies have proprietary controls. Makes it very expensive as a spare part, you know, which is good for the company that makes the machine, not so good for the customer. We use the Siemens control throughout the whole machine, and have developed all our HMIs on a Siemens platform. So the customer can buy standard products, load our software, and can run our machines. And I show you only a few of the HMI features, which is a geometry setup. So you can configure any crankshaft on this machine. You can monitor your roundness, your run out. You can set the process flow. You know, some people want to do the main first and then the pin, or some people do the left main and the two center pins. Different ways to grind your crankshaft indeed, and this machine is completely programmable through an HMI. You don't need a setter, a in-depth grinding programmer to operate and run this machine, which makes it very unique as well. This picture up here is our dressing control. Dressing is to touch up the geometry of your grinding wheel. Here we have also a dressing control feature that allows us to only dress the minimal amount of time in order to increase your grinding tool life. Sorry. So where is EMAG going from here? You are wondering, and I show you a few ideas and things that we are doing, and I can only encourage you to ask more questions after I'm done. Today we are at 650 million. We want to be at 1 billion in 2020. So it's quite some aggressive growth. We will achieve that growth. We are very convinced, and here are only a few steps we are going to take today. We usually come up with one new product per technology. So I'm talking about eight technologies, 8 new products every year. Is actually a pretty good job for a company like we are. We decided to come out, in order to get this growth, we decided to come out with 2 new products per year per technology. So you're going to see more and more new products, new innovative ideas to make your part. We are a service partner. You know, we service all our machines. We are now developing a program called Service Plus, and in the Service Plus world, we are doing much more than just servicing our machines. We provide maintenance packages, we provide preventive maintenance systems, we provide monitoring systems that we can control and monitor your machine online, and the word that many of you have heard is in this content, Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 is something that is a more known term in Europe. We do a lot of these things here in America for quite some years, but nobody put it together in that way that it's used, and we are part of those trendsetters, and we offer a lot of Industry 4.0 interfaces already and develop more towards that system. And last but not least, another part of our future growth is the electro mobility. I am not showing you today what we are doing here, but when you're back in 2 years, you will be surprised. Thank you very much.